Alright, boys and girls, today we're going to make some pork chops with Spaetzle. Spaetzle is a German dumpling. It's just consists of, we have here is just a couple cups of flour. We're going to put in 2 eggs, just regular good old eggs. And I've got a glass of water here, but I don't know how much I'm actually going to use. And you'll see when I put it all together that it just kind of depends, you know, on where we are in the making of it, to how much water we end up using. You know, it could be just a tablespoon or 2, it could be more. When it comes to Spaetzle, oh, there's salt too. It's probably best to use just regular table salt, but I'm going to use kosher salt today, so oh well. I've seen probably 50 different recipes on how to make Spaetzle, and this is just one that I've always used. It's quick and easy. This one came from my grandmother, who's actually Italian. In Italy, these are just called dumplings. And that's another show, but chicken and dumplings are the Italian way is pretty interesting. But to get started, what we have here, we've got 2 really nice, these are center cut pork chops. You can get these in, just ask your butcher for them if they don't normally have them. Usually you see the pork chop with just the bone on the side, depending on what you want. But these look really pretty, so I got them at the fresh market here in Ponte Vedra, Florida, just because that's what they had, and they look the best. So what we're going to do is we're just going to sear these off, get a nice crust on them, but then we're going to finish them in the oven. You can cook them all the way on top of the stove if you want. If you do, go right ahead, but I find this way a little bit better because you just put it in a rocket hot pan and, you know, get a nice good sear on it, and then, you know, finish it up in the oven. And I'm going to keep these really simple. You can do pretty much whatever you want to these, but I just want to put some black pepper, and we're going to use some kosher salt. And these are pretty thick, so see, these are about 1 inch or so. So you want to be a little liberal because you've got a big chunk of meat here, and it'll take it. That's for sure. And as we've said before, always use fresh cracked pepper. Pat that in a little bit. We're good to go. And we're going to get these started. Be right back. Alright, I'm actually going to, usually you do this in a dry pan, but I got a little bit of oil in here that is really hot right now. You can just feel the heat coming off of it. I've got it on high, and gonna get these rolling. And I'm just going to do this for a couple minutes on each side, just to get, or until we have a nice good crust down there. I know this really isn't all that exciting to watch, but I really just don't want to have to look at the camera, so you're watching it anyhow. Alright, as you can see here, we're starting to get a nice crust on the bottom there. I'm going to put these over for just a few minutes on the other side, and then we're going to finish them in the oven, this other side down, but we're really not going to cook them very long in here, this way. I'm just about done now. Could have used it though. We'll turn this off. We're going to use a roasting pan to put these off in the oven in. And we're going to put these in a 350 oven.
For how long?
Well, pretty much till I'm done with the Spaetzle. Shouldn't take too long. And we'll be back and we'll get that rolling here. Alright, for the Spaetzle, I've got 2 cups of flour in here, roughly 2 cups. I'm going to put in a good pinch of salt. I'm going to crack in 2 eggs. One eggie. 2 eggies. I'm going to put in just about a teaspoon of water here to start us off. Just kind of help. And you can already see we're going to need a lot more. You're not really making it, well, you are making a dough, just a very loose one. And you know, since eggs come in different shapes and sizes, even the large ones, I always start slow with this. Kind of want to bust up all the lumps in there. And I do it just by smashing them up against the side of the pan. I using a fork. You can use a spatula if you want. The little ones are okay. They're going to end up cooking out when it's in the water anyways. But this is pretty much the consistency you want. You want to be able to pick it up and it holds to the fork, but you just want like a thick pancake batter. And now you can add some stuff to this if you want. You could put melted butter in here, though we're going to finish them off in some melted butter. If you want to put spices in there, you can. I don't know why you would want to, but if you do, you go right ahead with yourself. And we're actually going to use a Spaetzle maker today. If you've ever seen one of these things, this is a Spaetzle maker. I've never used one before, but Tina's dad gave it to her, so we're going to give it a shot. And what happens is, and you'll see this, you're going to put the dough in here, and then you just slide it back and forth over these holes. If you can hear me over the noise over here.
Sorry about that.
Thanks. But, well, you'll see. Alright, we'll be back. Alright, times for the Spaetzle. Pot of boiling water. Real simple. We're going to